how to turn your side hustle into a sustainable replacement income in these 3 steps. Okay, welcome to this week's episode where I'm going to go through the 3 steps or 3 pillars that I teach to turn your expertise, your brilliance, what you've spent your lifetime learning and teaching to others, and how to package that up into a sustainable program-based business that will give you the freedom to work wherever you want, whenever you want, have that passive income flowing and going, and really turn that side hustle or that side thing that you've been wanting to get going into replacement income or a really juicy side income to help support you in your lifestyle. So the first step or first piece that you need to do is lay it out. And this is what I call the layout, which is creating your program or your course. And there are a bunch of steps inside of that. Some of the main things that you need to recognize is that you want to create a course that is a solution to a really big problem that your market has. I don't want you to sit at home and say, oh, I've got all this information, I'm going to compile it all together into this great course, and then I'm going to put it out to the world and the internet. That's not the way to do it. We want you to get out there and really solve a problem that your niche or your market needs, because that's what sells. It's a lot easier to sell something that people really want than to try to convince them they want something that may work or may not. They may not want it. So come out with a very strong solution to a problem, and you really can't go wrong as far as laying your course or your program out. So go through the motions of making sure it's a digestible program that your market can actually do, that you don't overwhelm them with a ton of information, that you really stay focused to the outcome of your course, and then decide, if you do videos, audios, the logistic parts of your course, what's the price point of your course, the title, and then decide where you're going to house that course online so that your market can get that information no matter where they live. Then I want you to move into what I call the launch, and that's the second pillar, the second piece, and that is what I call the beta test or the beta launch of this course. So especially for those of you who have not taught this before or haven't taught it in a group way, maybe you've been doing this one-to-one with your clients or your customers or students, but now you want to package it up into a one-to-many version. So you need to make sure you have everything in there in the right order so that it makes sense, because it's harder to teach something and it's different to teach something when you don't just have someone sitting in front of you asking the questions. You have to anticipate, you have to bring the material in a way that helps them flow through getting from the beginning to the end. So the beta test is just that, is a test of your course. It is a test of the content. It's a test of the title and the pricing and the marketing, so that you make sure that you have everything in order and that your market is attracted and really wanting your course. And the best way that I know to do that is to do that test, and they pull their credit card out and say, here's the $300, I have to have this. That's the best test of all. So that's what I work with my clients to do, is do that beta test so that you can really make sure that you're coming to market with something good and not wasting a bunch of time on the next piece until you know for sure this is what works. So once you have that piece and you go, okay, great, I've enrolled 10 people, they're all loving it, I may adjust a few things, but now we want to move into the third pillar, which is leverage. And this is the piece that you probably are attracted to when you think about an online course. It is that passive part. It is that part that takes you out of the equation and is sort of the rinse and repeat of, I have the course, now I can just keep selling it over and over and over and over and over again and have that piece. So that is the key to creating sustainable replacement income, is having lead generation, is having people to market it to, unless you have a very large list. If you do, then great, or a huge following on social media, great. That's a great place to start. And you can start by going out and you can tap into that. If you don't have that, or have a small list or a small social media following, then you might get your initial 10 people, but after that, how do you sustain that? How do you find another 10, and another 10, and another 10, and another 10, right? To create that. So you've got to have a place and a system to do that, and that is what I teach in my program, and that's what I call a funnel. That is your lead generation funnel of bringing your correct target audience to see your marketing, and then they can decide, oh my gosh, this is great, this is exactly what I need, and I want to sign up for that. So we have to have a constant source of leads coming through that funnel in order to give you that consistent income. So if you want to make $5,000 a month and your course sells for $500, then you need to sell 10 per month. So I'm just using easy math there. If you sell it for $300, you've got to sell like 15 or 16 a month. So if you sell it for $9.97, and you can figure that out. So it's just about having that funnel and having consistent leads so that it doesn't dry up, and so that you don't go, oh great, that was really good, but now how do I keep doing it, instead of just selling one off here, one off there. Having that funnel will continue to bring leads. Okay, so those are the 3 steps or 3 pillars that you need to get your course-based business up and running and creating a sustainable replacement income for you. And you may be wondering, how long does all that take, and what do I have to do? It does not have to take long for that entire process. I have a program that runs 4 months, and that takes you from 0 up to funnel to get things going. And if you want more information on my steps, exactly how that's all done, look in the link below for my free masterclass, where you can go ahead and just watch me talk through this in much more detail, every step and how it goes. So go ahead and register for my free masterclass below, where I'll walk you through those steps, and so you can see exactly how it's done. And I hope to see you over there on the masterclass. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and click the subscribe button and the bell so that you get weekly updates, as I'm constantly bringing new information out on creating and selling an online course program to help you with replacement income, to get that side hustle into something real, a real business. And an online course is the quickest and most efficient way that I know to get out there and get going with that. So until next time, I'll see you then. Bye-bye.